Hey Cancer, welcome back to the channel. I just sat down to do your reading and honestly, the energy coming through right now is so specific and so intense that I had to record this immediately. So before we dive in, if this reading resonates with you, just drop a comment below saying Cancer so I know this energy is hitting for you. And if you are new here, welcome to the community where we explore what the cards are revealing about your journey. Alright Cancer, let me tell you what I am picking up on because this situation is absolutely wild. The cards are telling me a very clear story about someone who thought they had you figured out, someone who maybe took your nurturing nature for granted, and then you did something they never expected. You walked away. You actually ended it. And Cancer, the moment this person realized you were serious, the moment they understood there was no more love on your end, they absolutely lost it. I am seeing a dynamic here where someone got way too comfortable. They thought your caring nature meant you would always be there, always waiting, always giving them another chance. But something shifted in you, did it not? You reached a point where you finally said enough is enough. And that decision, that moment when you chose yourself, it sent shockwaves through this connection. Let me pull the cards and show you exactly what I am seeing because this reading is going to validate so much of what you have been feeling. The first card I pulled for you is the Four of Pentacles and Cancer. This card is showing me exactly what was happening in this connection. This person was holding on to you in the most controlling way possible. The Four of Pentacles is about possession, about gripping something so tightly because you are afraid of losing it. But here is the thing. They were not holding on because they truly valued you. They were holding on because they were afraid of what losing you would mean for them. I am seeing someone who had you in their life and they just assumed you would always be there. They took your emotional availability for granted. They took your nurturing energy for granted. You know how you are, Cancer. You give and give and give to the people you care about. You create this safe emotional space for people, and this person, they just settled into that comfort without ever really considering that one day you might decide you deserve better. The Four of Pentacles is also about fear and insecurity. This person has some serious fears around abandonment, around not being enough, around losing control. And instead of doing the work to actually be a better partner or connection for you, they tried to control the situation. They tried to keep you in this holding pattern where you were available to them emotionally, but they did not have to fully commit or fully show up for you in the way you deserved. What I am picking up is that this person was comfortable with the status quo. Maybe this was a situationship that never progressed. Maybe this was a relationship where they kept you at arm's length emotionally. Maybe they were hot and cold, giving you just enough attention to keep you interested but never fully diving in. The Four of Pentacles shows someone who wants to have their cake and eat it too. They wanted you in their life. They wanted access to your emotional world. But they did not want to do the vulnerable work of actually being in a real, committed, emotionally available connection with you. And Cancer, you are someone who feels everything deeply. You do not do surface-level connections. When you care about someone, you care with your whole heart. So being in this kind of dynamic where someone is holding on to you but not really with you, that must have been exhausting. That must have been so painful because you were giving so much and getting so little in return. I am also seeing that this Four of Pentacles energy made this person incredibly possessive, even though they were not treating you right. They wanted to know where you were, who you were with. They got weird if you pulled back even a little bit. But that possessiveness was not coming from love. It was coming from insecurity and control. They were afraid of losing their comfortable situation, afraid of losing the person who made them feel emotionally safe without requiring them to do any of the hard work. So you were in this dynamic where you were essentially being held hostage by someone's fear and insecurity. And at some point, Cancer, you woke up. You realized that being held is not the same as being loved. Being needed is not the same as being valued. And you made the incredibly brave decision to walk away from someone who was not giving you what you deserve. The second card that came out is the Page of Cups, and this is where the story gets really interesting because the Page of Cups is showing me this person's emotional immaturity. This is someone who has the emotional depth of a puddle, honestly. The Page of Cups can be sweet and romantic and full of potential, but it is also the youngest energy in the Cups suit. This is someone who experiences emotions but does not really know how to process them, communicate them, or show up in a mature way emotionally. I am seeing someone who could say all the right things when they wanted to. They could send you sweet messages. They could have these deep conversations with you late at night. They could make you feel seen and understood in certain moments. But when it came to actually following through, when it came to showing up consistently, when it came to doing the hard work of building something real with you, they just were not there. The Page of Cups is also about emotional exploration. This person might have even told you they were working on themselves, they were figuring things out, they needed time to heal or grow. And Cancer, because you are so empathetic and understanding, you probably gave them that space. You probably supported them through their journey. But what I am picking up is that they were using that as an excuse to not fully commit to you. They were hiding behind this idea of self-discovery as a way to keep you at a distance while still having access to your emotional energy. What is really coming through strongly is that this person enjoyed the emotional intimacy you provided, but they were not ready or willing to be a true partner to you. They liked having someone who understood them, who listened to them, who cared about their feelings. But when it came to reciprocating that care, when it came to being there for you in the same way, they fell short every single time. I am also getting that this Page of Cups energy made them kind of wishy-washy. One day, they were all in, texting you constantly, making plans, talking about the future. The next day, they were distant and unavailable, and you were left wondering what happened. This inconsistency was not because they were confused about you, Cancer. It was because they were emotionally immature, and they did not know how to show up in a stable, consistent way. And here's what the cards are really highlighting. When you were in this connection, when you were still available to them, this Page of Cups energy meant they could just float along. They could dip in and out of your emotional world whenever it suited them. They did not have to make any real decisions or commitments. But the moment you ended it, the moment you withdrew your emotional availability, everything changed for them. Suddenly, they were forced to actually feel the loss. They were forced to confront what they had been taking for granted. And that is when they freaked out. Cancer. That is when this Page of Cups energy turned into panic, because they realized they had lost something they never fully appreciated while they had it. Now, the third card is the Six of Pentacles. And this is absolutely fascinating because this card is about give and take, about balance in exchanges, about generosity and reciprocity. And what the Six of Pentacles is showing me is that this entire dynamic was completely imbalanced. You were the giver, Cancer. You were the one constantly pouring into this connection, constantly showing up, constantly being emotionally available and supportive. And this person, they were the taker. The Six of Pentacles often shows up when there is a power imbalance in a relationship. One person has more resources, more emotional energy, more to give, and the other person is on the receiving end. And that can work in certain contexts, right? Sometimes we go through seasons where we need more support and our partner carries us. But the key is that it is supposed to be reciprocal over time. It is supposed to balance out. What I am picking up is that this person got very comfortable being on the receiving end of your generosity. They got used to you being the one who reached out first, who made the plans, who checked in on them, who was there when they needed emotional support, and they just assumed that dynamic would continue forever. They thought they could keep taking from you without ever really giving back in a meaningful way. I am also seeing that this Six of Pentacles energy created a dynamic where this person felt like they had the upper hand. Because you were always giving, always showing up, always being there, they interpreted that as you needing them more than they needed you. They thought your generosity meant you were desperate for their attention or validation, and that gave them this false sense of power in the connection. But Cancer, what they failed to realize is that your generosity came from a place of genuine care and love. It was not coming from neediness or desperation. You were giving because that is who you are. You are someone who nurtures and supports the people you care about. But just because you were willing to give does not mean you were willing to be taken advantage of indefinitely. The Six of Pentacles is also about charity, and in some ways, I am picking up that towards the end of this connection, you started to feel like you were giving this person charity, like you were supporting someone who was not even trying to meet you halfway. And that realization, that feeling of being drained and unappreciated, that is what led you to finally end it. What is really powerful about this card in your reading is that it is showing the moment when you took your power back. You stopped being the giver in a one-sided dynamic. You stopped allowing someone to take from you without reciprocating. You closed the door on this imbalanced exchange. And that is when this person realized what they had lost. because now they are on the other side of the Six of Pentacles with their hand out and nothing is coming. You are not giving anymore. You are not available anymore. And they are absolutely panicking because they never developed the skills or the emotional maturity to actually provide for themselves what you were giving them. The fourth card is the Page of Pentacles, and this is really showing me what this person is doing now, after you ended things. The Page of Pentacles is about new beginnings, about learning, about taking practical steps. And what I am seeing is that this person is suddenly trying to get their life together. After you walked away, after you made it clear there was no more love on your side, this person went into panic mode and started trying to prove themselves. The Page of Pentacles is showing me someone who is suddenly focused on improvement. Maybe they are suddenly working on their career. Maybe they are going to therapy. Maybe they are posting on social media about their personal growth journey. They are doing all the things they should have been doing while they were with you, but they are doing it now in this desperate attempt to show you they can change. What is interesting about the Page of Pentacles is that it is genuine in its desire to learn and grow, but it is also the youngest earth energy. This is someone at the very beginning of a journey. They are taking baby steps. They might be making some changes, but those changes are superficial right now. They have not done the deep work yet. They have not actually transformed into a different person. I am getting that this person is reaching out to you or finding ways to make sure you see what they are doing. They want you to know they are working on themselves. They want you to see that they are becoming more stable, more responsible, more worthy of you. But Cancer, the cards are asking you to be really discerning here, because the Page of Pentacles is potential. It is not mastery. It is not completion. This person is at the very start of what would need to be a long journey of actual change. What I am also picking up is that this person is doing this work not because they genuinely want to become a better person for themselves, but because they want you back. The motivation is external, not internal. They are not doing this work because they have had some profound realization about who they want to be in the world. They are doing it because they lost you, and now they are scrambling to become whatever they think you want them to be. And that is concerning, Cancer, because real change does not happen that way. Real transformation happens when someone hits their own rock bottom and decides for themselves that they need to do things differently. It does not happen because someone walked away and now they are trying to win them back. That kind of change is performative. It is temporary. It is designed to get you to lower your guard and come back, but once you do, they will likely revert to their old patterns because the change was never authentic to begin with. The Page of Pentacles is also showing me that this person is studying you right now. They are paying attention to what you are doing, who you are with, what you are posting. They are trying to figure out what went wrong, trying to understand what they need to do to fix this. But here is the thing. They are approaching this like it is a problem to solve rather than a genuine opportunity for self-reflection and growth. Card number 5 is the Emperor, and oh Cancer, this is the energy you are stepping into right now. After everything you went through with this person, after finally ending things and choosing yourself, you are claiming your power in a way you never have before. The Emperor is about authority, about structure, about boundaries, about being the ruler of your own life. And that is exactly what you are embodying right now. The Emperor is saying you are done being taken advantage of. You are done being the emotional support system for someone who does not reciprocate. You are done accepting crumbs when you deserve the whole feast. You have put your foot down and you have established boundaries that you are not willing to compromise on anymore. What I love about the Emperor showing up in your reading is that this is traditionally a masculine energy card. And for you as a Cancer who embodies so much feminine, nurturing, emotional energy, stepping into this Emperor energy is a huge shift. It is you balancing yourself out. It is you realizing that you can be caring and compassionate, and you can also be firm and boundaried. Those things are not mutually exclusive. The Emperor is also about leadership, and I am seeing that you are taking the lead in your own life now in a way you were not before. You are not waiting for someone else to decide if they want to be with you. You are not waiting for someone to choose you or validate you. You are choosing yourself. You are validating yourself. You are the authority in your own life, and you are making decisions based on what is best for you, not based on what someone else wants or needs from you. I am also getting that the Emperor energy is protecting you right now. You have built some serious walls and boundaries around your heart. And honestly, Cancer, good for you because you needed to. You were giving so freely to someone who was not worthy of that gift, and now you are being much more selective about who gets access to your emotional world. You are not shutting down or closing off completely, but you are being strategic and intentional about where you invest your energy. The Emperor is also showing me that you are in your power in a way that is making this person extremely uncomfortable. When they knew you as the nurturer, as the giver, as the person who was always available, they felt like they had control. But now that you have stepped into this Emperor energy, now that you are standing firm in your boundaries and your worth, they do not know how to handle you. They cannot manipulate you anymore. They cannot guilt you into coming back. They cannot use your caring nature against you. And that is why they are freaking out. What is beautiful about the Emperor in this position is that it is showing you are not going back. You are not wavering. You made a decision from a place of clarity and strength, and you are standing by that decision no matter what this person says or does to try to get you back. The final card I pulled for you is the Queen of Wands in Cancer. This is your future. This is where you are headed. The Queen of Wands is confident, magnetic, passionate, independent, and absolutely radiant. This is you after you have fully healed from this situation, after you have integrated all the lessons, after you have stepped completely into your power. The Queen of Wands knows her worth. She does not chase, she attracts. She does not beg for love, she commands it through her presence alone. She is warm and generous, but she is also fiercely protective of her energy. She does not tolerate disrespect or half-hearted efforts. She knows what she brings to the table, and she expects her partner to match her energy. What I am seeing is that walking away from this person who took you for granted is going to completely transform you, Cancer. You are going to emerge from this situation as a totally different person. Someone who is still caring and nurturing, yes, but someone who also has incredibly strong boundaries and an unshakable sense of self-worth. The Queen of Wands is also telling me that you are going to attract something so much better. Once you are fully in this Queen of Wands energy, once you are radiating confidence and self-love, you are going to draw in connections that actually match your energy. You are going to meet people who see your value immediately and treat you accordingly. You are not going to have to convince anyone of your worth or wait around for someone to decide if they want you. I am also picking up that the Queen of Wands represents you being fully in your creative and passionate power. This situation might have dimmed your light for a while. You might have been so focused on this person and trying to make the connection work that you lost touch with your own passions and desires. But now you are reclaiming all of that. You are rediscovering what lights you up. You are pursuing things that make you happy regardless of anyone else. The Queen of Wands is also extremely magnetic, and I am seeing that this person is going to witness your transformation. They are going to see you thriving and glowing and living your best life. And it is going to drive them absolutely crazy, because they are going to realize that you did not need them to be happy. In fact, you are happier without them. You are more yourself, more confident, more radiant than you ever were in that connection with them. So Cancer, let me bring this all together for you because the story the cards are telling is so clear. You were in a situation with someone who had a death grip on you emotionally, but was not actually showing up for you. This person was emotionally immature. They kept you in this imbalanced dynamic where you were constantly giving and they were constantly taking. But you finally reached your limit. You ended it. You walked away. And the moment this person realized you were serious, the moment they understood there was no more love coming from you, they completely lost it. Now they are scrambling, trying to prove they can change, trying to win you back. But you have stepped into your Emperor energy. You have boundaries now. You have clarity. You know your worth. And you are not going back to someone who only appreciated you after they lost you. Instead, you are stepping into this incredible Queen of Wands energy where you are confident, magnetic, and living your life on your own terms. And someone who truly deserves you is going to come into your life and match your energy in every way. I hope this reading resonated with you, Cancer. If it did, please leave a comment and let me know. And remember, you did the right thing by choosing yourself. You deserve someone who sees your value from day one, not someone who only wakes up after you are already gone.